Getting now to our big story in our homeless Nevada coverage, the Carson City Board of Supervisors had their first reading on an ordinance that would prohibit people from camping and sometimes sleeping on public property.
Yeah, Jaden Urban went to the state's capital to see how it could impact the city.
Washoe County, Reno, and Sparks have their own camping ordinance for their respective jurisdictions, while the Carson City District Attorney is also trying to bring forth an ordinance here for the state's capital.
Once the grants pass decision from the Supreme Court was released, we provided a legal update to the board at their request, and it was their request to our office to draft this ordinance.
The district attorney says this ordinance is aiming to remove folks camping in public places, but he believes it can help everyone involved.
My hope is that people can continue to feel safe as they walk around, that they can continue to use the library, the pool, our trails and everything else, that we won't find encampments popping up on there, and that for those persons who have been previously camping in those areas, that they will be diverted to the services that they need.
Carson City Sheriff Ken Furlong says that this ordinance puts law enforcement, the city, and district attorney on the same page.
Discretionary enforcement allows those officers to make judgment calls based on the circumstances, based on the needs of this particular incident. We do very well in that area, especially because we do have some resources in the community that we can defer to.
One social worker spoke during public comment on how she feels that the city needs more resources before adopting an ordinance.
We don't have the services to push people into.
She also mentioned there is not a shelter for these people to go to in the city. The Night Off the Streets nonprofit does let people sleep in churches for the night.
We had 59 people last night packed into the Methodist church.
And the board did unanimously approve this first reading. Now, there are still some changes that have to go into effect before that second reading, before a decision is ultimately made on this ordinance, if it is passed or not. Covering the story in Carson City, Jaden Urban, 2 News Nevada.